Hi there and welcome to the channel. Something completely different today. For those of you that are subscribed to my Thailand channel, you might want to skip this video because it's not about Thailand, although you might find it interesting. And if you click the thumbnail because you know it's about the Elephant Man, then try and check out some of my other videos, but they're all based in Thailand. Okay, I'm here at the Royal Sea Bathing Hospital, well, the former Royal Sea Bathing Hospital. It's now residential flats. Now, to start this video, I need to tell you a little story. And that was when I left school. I was in butchery for 10 years and I was working in a butcher's one day, and it was the night after the Elephant Man had been on TV. And someone I worked with, he said, oh, he used to stay, or he once stayed at the Royal Sea Bathing Hospital, and I didn't think anything of it. About 10 years later, I had treatment here for a back injury, and I asked one of the nurses, did Joseph Merrick stay here? And he said, I don't know, it's possible. And I didn't think about this ever again until about 3 months ago when the film came on TV, and it sparked an interest, and I thought, I'm going to try, while I'm in England, I thought I would try and find that connection between Margate and the Elephant Man. And he always was called Joseph Merrick, he was never John Merrick. And also the movie got a few things wrong. He was never forced and abused in a travelling freak show. He actually willingly displayed himself in a shop window and made quite a lot of money out of it. Okay, I'm in Thanet Road in Margate, and the building behind me is now residential apartments, but it used to be the Margate Cottage Hospital. And I did a bit of research into this, and it turns out that the founder of this hospital was a guy called William Knight Treves. Now, that name rang a bell to me because it turns out that he's the brother of the character played by Anthony Hopkins in the movie, Frederick Treves. And William Knight Treves was also a surgeon at Royal Sea Bathing Hospital. And as the Royal Sea Bathing Hospital was for sufferers of tuberculosis, and Joseph Merrick suffered from tuberculosis, there's a very good possibility that he actually spent some time at the hospital, but that's actually not conclusive. What I did find out when I was digging a little bit deeper was that William Knight Treves had a grandson, and his name was Frederick Treves, who didn't go into the medical business like his father and his grandfather, but chose to go in the Navy. And when he came out of the Navy, he worked as an actor, made many movies and many British TV shows. He was actually in The Elephant Man. Now, Mel Brooks would know this. I mean, Mel Brooks was the producer of the Elephant Man, but he didn't want people to know that because everyone would think it's one of his funny comedies. But he would have known that Frederick Treves was the great uncle of Frederick Treves in his cast. I want to know if anybody out there, especially if you're from Margate, if you've heard any stories that your grandparents have told you, that we shine a bit more light on this story, because I really would like to know. Now, there's one more location I want to show you. I've always thought that to be an amazing statue, but that's not why we're here at Margate Cemetery. Now, I was actually up here a couple of nights ago looking for a grave. I was up here quite a few hours actually. I had a photo of it, and it was a cross next to a tree. I thought, how hard can it be, a cross next to a tree? But I'll show you why it was so hard to find. Okay, the reason this grave was so hard to find is because the tree has now, it's not there anymore. So it was really difficult to actually locate. But this is the grave of William Knight Treves, and he died in 1908 and he was only 65 years old, which it isn't old. I just thought this would be a nice place to end the video. So thanks for watching, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Take care, have a great week or a great weekend. Bye bye.